Hi friends, let's make an authentic Jamaican Easter bun. Hi everyone, welcome back to How We Roast Cook. Easter is around the corner and I do have an Easter video already. I think I have both. I have one with Guinness and one made with Dragon Stout. But I got a few comments from people who live in other states who is not able to get the Guinness or the Dragon Stout. So today I'm going to make a new video. Hopefully it come out good. Well, if you're watching this, that means it come out good. I'm going to be doing one without Dragon Stout or Guinness. Alright, so thank you for stopping by and I do hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. It's free of cost. Just like the video now. Alright, so we're going to be using active dry yeast, and if you know yeast, you know that yeast doesn't like salt but it loves sugar, but not too much sugar. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is add a tablespoon of sugar in there just to help the yeast to activate. And this is warm milk because the yeast loves a warm environment. So for it to bloom properly, you will need some warm milk. And if the milk is too hot as well, it will kill the yeast. So allow it to have like a temperature of 115 degrees Fahrenheit if you want to test it. But you know, as warm as you would give your baby the tea, yeah, that warm. Just in case I don't have a thermometer to test it. So we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna allow this to bloom for about 5 minutes. Just cover it. And while we're doing that, we will put our dry ingredients together. Cover that up, set it aside. So I'm going to use 5.5 cups of flour. One, two, three, 4, 5. Starting off with salt, we're adding 1.5 teaspoon. Here we have fresh nutmeg. We're going to grate it and use 1 tablespoon. Also going to need 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder. Add the cinnamon powder. Alright, this is mixed spice. You can add a pinch of this because it already has nutmeg and cinnamon in it. Or you can just use this and not use the cinnamon and the nutmeg. But this also has orange peel in it, and it also has the anise powder, which is the outer layer of the nutmeg. So it's totally up to you if you want to use a little bit, or you can omit it. Just add a little, maybe 1/4 teaspoon. Because we're making a spice bun, so yeah, let's spice it up. Not too much though. So let's combine all of this. Alright. You can see how foamy the yeast get. This is exactly what you want. You know your yeast is ready. Well, as I've mentioned several times before, adding too much sugar with your yeast, the yeast will not rise. There's too much sugar content in it. Alright, so what we're gonna do, remember the bun is sweet. Bun is supposed to be sweet. It has a lot of sugar content in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna proof half of the flour with the yeast before adding our sugar. Alright, so we're gonna put half of our flour mixture in here and allow it to proof. Also add another cup of milk. This is what it looks like right now. We're gonna allow this to rise for about an hour, and then we'll add all our other ingredients. All right, remember this needs a warm environment, so make sure that your house is warm, or put it in a warm area like the microwave or the oven, or just put a hot bath beside it in another container just to keep that area warm. So in this bowl I have some butter and sugar that I'm combining, and I'm using room temperature butter. All right, so once my sugar and butter is combined, I'm going to add 2 eggs. I also grated some orange zest in the eggs, but just like a 1/4 teaspoon. After combining that, I'm going to combine my vanilla, and I'm adding a tablespoon of vanilla. I will also add a tablespoon of molasses. This will add a great flavor to your Easter bun. Yeah, just a tablespoon. You don't want to overdo it. In this container, I have my raisins and mixed peel. Now I'm going to add this to my flour. Go ahead and add your desired amount. Some people like a lot, I don't. So I'm adding mostly raisins, and then I'll add a few mixed peel to get that nice Easter bun taste. And I'm going to combine it with the flour. All right, just so that it can coat the raisins so that they can be distributed throughout the bun without floating on the top. This is totally optional. As you can see, I'm not even measuring. I'm adding about a 1/4 cup of the rum and wine. You can leave that out if you don't want it. Here I have a bowl with my yeast mixture. I am going to combine everything. I should have used a larger bowl for this or grease my plastic, but I just went ahead and scrape off what was left on the plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead, combine that. I'm also gonna combine my sugar and butter mixture. So the only ingredients left to add is the browning. I wasn't sure what amount I would use. Remember, I'm just putting this recipe together, so I'm not sure of all the ingredients as yet in terms of volume and measurement, but we're gonna go ahead and add 1 tablespoon. After adding the 1 tablespoon, I realized that I don't need any more, because the bun is not supposed to be dark like a fruit cake, you know. So the 1 tablespoon was good enough. I'm going to combine that. I'm going to turn it over on my workstation, add some flour to help me work the dough. Even though I need the dough soft to get a nice soft and moist bun, the mixture is way softer than I want. So I'm going to be combining flour. I'm going to be adding flour until I have my desired texture. So overall, I added 3 more cups of flour. As I've mentioned earlier, I'm just creating this recipe, so by going and adding ingredients, I will know exactly the total amount of ingredients that was used. That way I can put the ingredients and the recipe together for you guys. All right, so now it's nice and soft. I don't feel like I want to add any more flour to the mixture. Right now I think it's pliable enough for me to work with, but what I will do is add some vegetable oil to my hands so that it doesn't stick to my hands, and I'm going to allow the dough to rest. After resting for about 45 minutes, it will be more manageable and we won't need to add any more flour. Right now it's kind of cold in the house, so what I'm going to do is add some hot water in 2 bowls and put it beside the dough to help it rise. Here we go. As you can see, it has doubled in size and it feels really good. And this is the 2 bowls of hot water that I had placed under the towel beside the dough. So here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and I have my baking pan there already lined and greased. So I lined the bottom and the sides. That way my bun can come out nice and soft on all sides, because sometimes when it's directly touching the pan, it has like a hard crust to the side and we want the entire bun to be soft. So I line every side of it with the parchment paper. So now I am measuring the size of the pan to the size of the bun that I want. and I'm just going to roll it up, put it in the pan, and we're going to leave this to rise until it's doubled in size. Right now I am just using my greased hands to make sure that the dough is molded properly, it's nice and smooth and ready to go in the baking pan. And I'm going to leave this to rise for about 45 minutes. In the last 10 minutes of rising, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to preheat my oven at 250 degrees. We're going to bake it nice and slow, and I'm also using a water bath in there. All right, baking at this low temperature as well with a water bath will it help the buns to remain moist while baking, as well as prevent cracks. However, I don't have a large loaf pan, so I have to use the narrow one that I have, and because it's so narrow, it's still cracked because there's not enough space for the bun to expand while it's baking. All right, but that's totally fine. We're going for deliciousness. I would have loved a beautiful and cracked bun, but I have to just live with it. All right, so if you have a larger pan than I do, you will probably have a better result than I did. All right, so now that they're beautifully glazed, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just turn them over on this tray so that they can cool down. The worst thing that you can do is try to cut your bun while it's still hot. So just allow it to cool down. I'm going to remove the parchment paper and just let it stay on this grill. And then later we'll come back and slice it up. I'm gonna give you a close-up on the bun because it's so soft. The entire thing, the bottom, the sides, every part of it was just so soft. I am really happy with the outcome of this recipe. Trust me, I am really happy with the outcome. It's, look, the camera is not even doing justice. It's very soft, and man, I took peace with me for my lunch, and let me tell you, it is even better the next day. There's only one way to find out, and it's if you bake it yourself. But bun and cheese this Easter is gonna be good with this delicious, amazing, soft and delicious bun. And those small ones that I made with the leftover dough, oh my god, they were the softest, because I had them at the front of the oven and I took them out for after about 35 minutes. I removed them, so they were extremely soft. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you do, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. All right, I really appreciate your love and your support. Thank you for always watching. Thank you for those who always comment, who always share, and to those who don't like to be in the spotlight but you're watching and supporting, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, Easter is right around the corner, and if you have never tried Easter bun with fried fish, you're missing out. I mean, fried escovitch fish with Easter bun. Is it just me, or is it like really good? If you haven't tried it, go ahead and try it this Easter. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, show some love, and I will catch you in my next video. I totally forgot to show how to make the glaze, so I have to add it at the end of the video. I added quarter cup of water, quarter cup of sugar, and a quarter stick of butter, and I just allow that to melt. I let it cook down for about 2 minutes until it has like a semi-syrup consistency, and then I just pour it off and set it aside until my bun is ready.